There's a lot of Fnaf news that's come out in the last 2 weeks, and I want to talk about it. Hi, I'm nervous, and welcome to another Casual Friday video. We have a fair bit to cover today, but I'm going to start with book news. I have to say, I am excited to talk about this new addition to the ever-growing Fnaf book collection, Five Nights at Freddy's The Week Before. It was just announced a couple of weeks ago as of the filming of this video, and it is the first of its kind for the franchise. The Week Before, set to release September 3rd, 2024, will be an interactive novel where readers can make different choices to find multiple endings. However, there is one key difference between this novel and other choose-your-own-adventure books most people know about, and that is it has difficulty settings. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but to me I have to wonder if maybe there are two main story paths. One where the threat level is raised and the book is less lenient with you when you make a mistake. If you've never read an interactive novel before, the way they work is the reader will come to a part of the story where they are given some options as to what to do next. Every choice comes with a corresponding page number that the reader flips to for whatever choice they want to make. So my interpretation of a difficulty level would be that the choices are the same, but the two difficulty levels will send you to different pages. I also made a point to say this is the first of its kind in the franchise. I have a feeling that if they haven't already written them, they're going to see how successful this book is and probably make a series of choose-your-own-adventure books. I think that would be a great addition to the franchise, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Before we move on, let me just read the description of the book. Just in time for the 10th anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's, return to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in this interactive novel in which you decide what happens. Return to where it all began in this interactive prequel to the very first Five Nights at Freddy's game. You, the reader, are the security guard, and you've got 5 nights, or is it 6, to survive Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy as they try to wipe you out. With over 25 different possible endings and 2 difficulty settings, this one-of-a-kind, innovative novel is a uniquely entertaining experience for any Freddy fan. So this book is being described as a prequel to our first game. To many in the fandom, this means we will likely be playing as Phone Guy during his time as a security guard. I've even seen assertions that this means the book will be canon. What do you think? I'd rather wait until the book is released to see if the marketing materials become clearer about this, but calling it a prequel is fairly compelling. However, this is not the only Fnaf book set to release this year, and in fact, one already has to less than positive reception. Just about a week and a half ago, AFK also released the updated Fnaf Security Breach Files official guide, now with the Ruin DLC included, and fans are pretty disappointed in its quality, as is often the case with these official guides. Why do you think that Scott continues to release these guides that tend to include a lot of errors and aren't really useful as game guides, even in the traditional sense? We can't use them for lore, you can't use them to help you finish the game. What are they for? Is it a cash grab? I would love to hear your thoughts. Admittedly, I've not read this book and I don't think I ever will, but if you've read it, let me know what you think. The other Fnaf book that's been announced this year is Familiar Material. Set to release alongside The Week Before, we will be getting the 5th collection of Fazbear Fright's graphic novel adaptations. Based on the description, it seems the 3 stories we will see in this volume are Jump for Tickets, See Bonnies, and Find Player 2. Since Find Player 2 is the final Fazbear Fright story, not including the epilogues and the scrap stories, I wonder if this will be the final installment of the graphic novel adaptations. However, if they do continue, which stories would you like to see them adapt? So, we've talked a lot about books, and I've done a whole video on the Into the Pit game, but I don't want to ignore the other FNAF game we may be getting this year, Five Nights at Freddy's Survival Crew. Scott has already had to come out and apologize about the Roblox game going live before it was ready, but he did seem committed to releasing it sometime in 2024. Since Into the Pit will likely be releasing in the summer, I honestly hope that they wait until the winter quarter to release the Roblox FNAF game. I'm just worried it will get buried otherwise. This is the official description of the game. Welcome aboard as Fazbear Security's newest team member. You and your crew will be on night duty at all Fazbear Entertainment's properties. We don't anticipate you having any trouble. Then again, we never did before either, and look what happened. But if something seems out of place, you can always use the handy charging stations located throughout our properties to overload the electrical systems and shock any wayward animatronics back into compliance. I'd love to know, what do you think about an asymmetric horror FNAF game a la Dead by Daylight and Project Playtime? My main concern is with the game releasing on Roblox that microtransactions may end up dampening the experience. That being said, I can absolutely see the appeal, and we have seen fan games accomplish this playstyle to varying degrees of success. So there is hope that the final product will be a worthwhile experience. The last thing I want to go over today is the FNAF 2 movie news. While it's been suspected that filming has been delayed, Blumhouse did put out this tweet showing progress on some familiar characters. I'm wearing my Springtrap shirt in honor of this tweet, which confirms the return of Jim Henson's Creature Shop, which, while expected, is still exciting to have confirmed. It also reveals miniatures of Mangle and Toy Bonnie, making it very clear that the toy animatronics will be appearing in the second film. Again, we suspected this, but there was a chance Blumhouse would go in another direction for the second film, considering how expensive a new set of animatronics would be to make. All we can hope now is that people aren't complete degenerates about Toy Chica, but I won't hold my breath. As far as when we can expect Five Nights at Freddy's 2 to be released, my bet is on next year. Maybe as a Valentine's or spring release, but if it takes until late next year or heck, even later, I simply won't be complaining. Blumhouse has proven their care for the franchise, and I want them to take all the time they need to make the movie exactly the way that they want it. I'm also quite partial to Toy Bonnie, so I'm excited for him to make his big screen debut. Plot-wise, it will be interesting to see how they tackle getting our core group to investigate the toy animatronics location. If I were to take a wild swing, I wonder if while Vanessa is in a coma, she sees or remembers something that prompts her to convince the others to join her in visiting the other location. Alternatively, the spirits could communicate with Abby, but I can't really imagine a good inciting incident for them to suddenly alert her about the toys. Time will tell, and honestly, with everything that's been happening in the world of FNAF over the past 2 years, it will be interesting to see how new fans explore the lore and parcel out what is and isn't canon to the main story. I hope you'll be with me as we dissect everything as it comes out. As always, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, or if you just want to be nice and support me. I would love to have you become a part of the Nervous System. I upload every Friday, but if you can't wait, there are videos on screen right now just for you. I also upload shorts, and I plan to start going live very soon, so make sure you have bell notifications turned on so you never miss an upload. Okay, bye! She's here. She's not going anywhere. Unless she gets even mildly uncomfortable.